I think a lot of our kababayan look at getting an insurance based on price. I normally educate, look at the wordings and benefits. It's usually a basic policy. There's one bank and then versus a top insurer. And then this particular bank, like sa critical illness, they offer 12 listed critical conditions. The other comprehensive na critical illness from a top insurer offers more than 50 conditions covered. May kasama pang partial payment, free kids cover, you can claim up to 4 times, while the basic na parang critical illness na sobrang mura, can only claim once. Medyo, you need to be a little bit more severe in terms whether you can claim. Like for an angioplasty, which is stents sa heart, the comprehensive na critical illness, kahit one vessel lang yung angioplasty, it's fine. You can
claim.
lodge a claim, partial payment. But with very basic policy, usually you require 3 vessels.
Oh no.
And that's why it's cheap.
Magandang araw mga kasinigang. Welcome to our episode 2. And today, we are lucky enough to have one of the most trusted insurance advisor. Last 2023, he was awarded as NIV Business Excellence Award. And 2024, he received the Partners Life Excellence Award. And on the same year, he received the Advisor of the Year. For over 1 million in total claims paid and for more than 1,000 claims across different insurer, we are lucky enough to have Mr. Bobby Chua here sa Sinigang Society Studio.
Thank you, Kiel, and welcome mga kasinigang.
Hello, Sir Bobby. You are making noise across social media, and I'm pretty sure most of the Filipinos here sa Auckland might know you, Bobby Chua. Personally, I haven't met you before, but I am lucky enough to have you today with Sinigang Society Studio. Can you tell me more about yourself? Saan ba nagmula si Bobby Chua?
First of all, thank you for inviting me sa platform ninyo. Always a pleasure to share my story and educate our kababayan. So, born and raised in Davao.
Nice. Davobenyo.
And then, nag-nursing. Tapos, I moved to New Zealand 2010. From there, I've spent 7 years nursing. Primarily just PACU. So, post-op. Oo. So, I enjoyed it. And then, before ako nag-shift sa insurance.
Insurance.
Oo.
Nice. Maganda rin pala, Sir Bobby, kasi we are all, dito sa Sinigang Society, we are all nurses. So, I think it's gonna be a very interesting topic today. Quick personal question, meron bang reason bakit New Zealand or parang, kasi ako personally, if you're gonna ask me way back 2018, I wouldn't realize na New Zealand pala yung naging chosen country ko. Ikaw, sir, have you been eyeing sa New Zealand ever since?
I think yung year na yon yan yung year na very in demand yung nurses abroad. So I think many of us parang we were just looking, and I think America was the most popular one to go to. I wasn't a person na medyo keen on migrating.
Right.
Even in Davao, diba, born and raised in Davao, halos hindi ako umalis ng Davao. Like,
Okay.
I visited Manila Airport, and then that's pretty much it. So, the only reason bakit ako nasa New Zealand is yung sister-in-law ko nauna dito. And then, they live here. Tapos, yung kasama ko sa operating theater, nauna din siya dito.
Nice.
And then, he was the one who said to me na, hey, maganda dito. You should.
Yeah, I think I can relate to that kasi parang most of the Filipino nurses, I'm not sure if same pa din ba ngayon, Sir Bobby, pero nung time ko kasi na parang everyone is aiming for America. We always have that American dream. Like parang, oh, you should take up nursing and then you'll have a better or brighter future kapag mag-America ka. And then I also have this colleague who apparently moved here sa New Zealand and he's messaging me, actually 3 of them are messaging me na parang, oh, it's nice here in New Zealand. It's work-life balance and at the same time, it's a good pay. And yeah, andito na ako ngayon sa New Zealand and I'm lucky enough to be here, to be honest. How would you say, Sir Bobby, because you were in a nursing field, paano yung naging transition mo from nursing into insurance?
Yung main reason talaga was yung during that time, siguro 2015, yun yung time and just before that na yung kids namin, very young pa and then palaging nagkakasakit.
Right.
And then you end up burning your sick leave, annual leave. And then sa nursing, hindi ka basta-basta kasing makapag-leave eh. Kasi there are also patients on the floor who needs you.
Exactly.
So, dumating lang yung point wherein in and out sa hospital and we thought we need to do something lang na find something, occupation na medyo flexible. And then nagkataon na we were buying our first home during that time. So, nag-reach out lang ako sa mortgage broker and then nagtanong lang ako na if I can do this. And then from there, yun na yung nagsimula.
Nice. So, feeling ko you have the right characteristic din naman para maging insurance advisor kasi it takes a lot of characteristic. Like parang kailangan you present yourself well, kailangan you are knowledgeable enough. Ever since pa sir, nakikita mo yung sarili mo na you have that characteristic?
I actually grew up very shy. Yes.
Interesting.
So I don't talk much.
Yeah.
And then sa school before, few sets of friends, but typically very shy talaga. And then I think along the way, it's just the training. Kasi sa insurance kasi you talk to people.
Yeah.
And you have to connect.
Exactly.
And then I think it really helped a lot. And then at some point, I did speak to a larger group. So, hindi siya perfect agad at the beginning. Trainings, tapos here I am at the moment. Yeah.
Pero I think para sa akin, kung nag-put up ka ng malaking effort and passion dito sa craft mo para ma-receive mo yung mga ganito kadaming award, Sir Bobby, I would like to recognize na parang na-present mo yung sarili mo as a trustworthy, knowledgeable, and we are actually eyeing on you ever since. So, thank you na andito ka. Meron ka ba, Sir Bobby, experience na when you move here sa New Zealand na parang, sana sa Pilipinas din? Or parang, oh yes, I made the right move dito sa New Zealand?
Actually, madami. I think we both have different
Yeah.
experiences. But I think the first day na dumating kami, kasi we have to do the bridging course sa nursing
Yeah.
sa Hastings. And the funny thing was, alam mo yung pagtatawid ka, and walang traffic light, yung normal lang na daan, tatawid ka. And then nasa gitna kami, median, tapos may car na paparating. Siyempre, we stop. Kasi
Yeah.
sa Philippines, you
Oh, yeah.
see whether that car is going to stop
Yeah,
or not.
sila ang hari ng daan.
And
Sabi,
then
di
it
ba?
stopped. And then we were confused. Oh, ba't siya nag-stop?
Yeah.
And then the driver was smiling and then waved the hand na parang, okay.
Carry on. Yeah.
So, we're like, ang bait ng mga tao. Then eventually, we realized na, ganun pala yung rules
Yeah.
talaga dito. Pedestrian comes first, priority. So, those, yung mga ganung small
yeah.
things na we wish sana, ganun din sa Philippines.
Ang ganda kasi parang marami rin nagtatanong sa akin ng mga friends sa Philippines na parang, oh Kiel, kamusta ang New Zealand? Can you compare New Zealand sa Philippines? And I always say na parang it's a very different world. If you will ask me to compare Philippines and New Zealand, it's like comparing a soda into an orange juice kasi parang they are in a different world talaga eh. Pero don't get me wrong, maganda ang Philippines kung sanang for me well managed. So sir, meron ka bang accurate number na parang Filipinos yung usually nakukuha mo as sa insurance, or I'm pretty sure meron ding other races or other ethnicity. Gaano kalaki yung percentage ng Filipino na kumukuha ng insurance sa'yo?
So currently I look after over 2,000 clients.
Wow.
And I would say 95% of them are Filipinos.
Wow, nice.
The 5% na non-Filipinos, they're actually referral na mga
Yeah.
existing clients. Mostly concentrated on Filipino. And I think part of the reason for that, and it's not just Filipinos, I think mas kampante lang. If Indians, parang mas kampante sila kausap nila.
Same as, yeah.
Same ethnicity nila. So, same with Chinese. Kind of like they trust their own too.
They trust their own people, so that's good. Sir Bobby, we have this thinking, kasi ako personally, isa sa mga big factor kung bakit ako nag-move sa New Zealand is because healthcare system is free. one thing siguro, if merong tayong nanonood na mga kababayan asking question, oh, they are talking about insurance. Do I really need insurance given that healthcare system here in our country is free at the moment?
So, that's a common question. And sometimes, yung mga lumalapit sa akin is because yung friend nila just told them, kumuha ka ng insurance,
Yeah.
but they couldn't understand why.
Yeah.
So, the first thing na usually ginagawa ko if the client is in that position is explain first, ano ba yung benefits in New Zealand? You talk about ACC, you talk about working income, you talk about their limitations, kung anong visa nila, and then doon nila makikita yung mga shortfall. Kasi during an accident, we're not too bad. We're actually lucky in New Zealand na meron tayong ACC.
Yeah, I think we're lucky enough. Even, I think, Sir Bobby, correct me if I'm wrong, ACC, if you're under tourist visa, ACC can still be covered for that?
Kumbaga, it's a no-fault country tayo. So, meaning all visitors here, kapag na-aksidente, ACC will take care of them.
That's good.
So, the problem mostly in New Zealand ngayon is illnesses. Yes, meron tayong working income, pero yung threshold to trigger a weekly compensation, mahirap. Lalo na pag couple kayo, even hindi ka maka-work, pero yung asawa mo is full-time working pa rin and with a higher salary, the chances are the calculator ng wins, magpa-fail ka.
Okay.
So, wala masyadong support in terms of illnesses.
Okay.
But the insurance products here, it covers both naman, illness, accident. But I remind clients na primarily, the whole purpose yan is talagang the illnesses that will prevent you from working.
Okay, Sir Bobby. Siguro, let's put it into scenario. Siguro kasi yung other Filipinos were asking, given that it's free, marami pa ding mga loopholes na nakikita natin, saan ba papasok yung insurance?
Yeah.
So, given like, for example, we are a couple, diagnosed ako with illness, using the healthcare system, pwede akong pumunta ng emergency department, I will be treated in ED, I will be referred to a specialist, they will address that. Saan po papasok doon yung insurance ko?
So, madaming insurance products. And each of these products created siya with a purpose to address an issue. So the most common po talaga na you'll see sa mga insurance products would be life cover. So it provides financial help kapag one of you pass away. Okay, with the kids as well, iwan ng pera, school, sustain the living. The second one is critical illness. And yun naman is na-diagnose ka. Cancer, stroke, heart attack is the common. My last claim, breast cancer. So na-diagnose ka, you get some money. And whether you stop working or not, it's up to you.
Okay.
You have some money there to sustain your living here in New Zealand.
Okay. Just for that diagnosis lang, Sir Bob.
Yeah, so there's normally more than 50 conditions. So as long as you're diagnosed with one of them, you get paid a lump sum money. You've got income protection, which provides you a monthly benefit while hindi ka maka-work due to illness or accident. So regardless of the diagnosis, basta illness, accident, and the doctor said, hindi ka maka-work for more than 4 weeks, then you get a monthly benefit. Okay, so income protection. Then, the last one is medical insurance. And dyan, yung tanong mo about saan ba ang medical insurance kasi may free healthcare naman. So I spend a bit of time with my clients explaining the free healthcare first. So sa free healthcare natin, that's the good thing about New Zealand. It's free. And I think first world countries, some of them, they also offer free healthcare. Pero pag free healthcare kasi, you have to understand it's a taxpayer's money. Okay? So we allocate budget per year, then in each DHP. So para hindi maubos yung budget, in my opinion, kaya ginawa yung criteria. So the criteria is when you go and meet your GP, kasi you feel something, and let's say, nirefer ka ng GP mo to the public health system to see a specialist or maybe an ultrasound. Di ba ita-triage siya ng specialist? And they have their own criteria na, okay, hindi naman siya suspicious, hindi naman siya urgent. So dalawang mangyayari sa referral. Either they tell the GP na, I don't think sa symptoms na presented na she would need or he would need a specialist. So decline. So just go back to the GP and then the GP can just keep monitoring it. The other possible referral is that ma-accept. Okay? And then you wait sa waiting list.
Yeah.
So yun yung first problem sa free healthcare. There is a criteria. So even if you tell the doctor, I want to see a specialist privately, I want to see or I want to do an ultrasound, hindi ikaw magde-decide. It's the criteria.
Yeah.
So a lot of people fail the criteria kasi most of the symptoms
It's not
mild
acute.
to moderate.
Yeah.
Okay? The second problem sa free healthcare natin is if man nakalusot ka sa criteria, there's the waiting list, which is probably the bigger problem. And I mean, we're both in healthcare. Early prognosis is always better.
Yeah.
Okay? So, when you see na, yes, nakapasok ako sa criteria, binigyan na ako ng letter na confirming I can see a specialist, but we're just gonna call you when.
Yeah. And it
Wait.
can be 3
Yep.
months, 6
So,
months.
waiting period, it's vague. Pero
Yeah.
if I put it, it's around 6 to 12 months.
Okay.
Kasi it depends on the specialty, it depends on the type of organ. Madami siyang factors. Okay? And then every day, don't forget, may mga nire-refer na bago every day.
Every
And
day.
that patient could be allocated on top of you or after you. So hindi ka always na nag-i-increase sa list. It
Yeah.
could be you get stuck there.
Yeah.
It really depends.
Yeah.
So, yun
Depends
yung free
dun sa
healthcare.
triaging pa din,
Yeah,
no?
sa triaging. So, yun yung free healthcare natin for non-life-threatening situations. Pero pag life-threatening situations, I always remind my clients, if you got medical insurance, it's not intended for life-threatening conditions. Anything emergency and you feel like your life is in danger, nag-faint or maybe
Chest
mga
pain.
chest pain,
Stroke, yeah.
the arms nagnumb, sobrang sakit ng ulo na parang hindi makatayo. Those are emergencies. So sa emergency naman, the good thing sa healthcare natin is that if totoong emergency, then you will be the priority.
Yeah.
Kahit pa madaming nakapila dyan sa ED, if you presented with symptoms na kailangang matingnan, matitingnan
Yeah.
naman.
Yeah.
So we're okay at the moment with the emergency
Yeah.
and life-threatening. I think we've addressed it very well.
Yeah.
It's the non-life-threatening. Kasi even with the breast lump, yes, breast lump, maybe you can wait for 4 months or 6 months for ultrasound. But I've had so many breast lump clients na cancer pala. And good thing na ultrasound ka agad within few days.
Yeah.
And from there, diretso-diretso na.
Early detection, no?
Yes. Kasi
Yeah.
di ba, it could metastasize to other organs if you leave it where prognosis is, iba na yung treatment plan pagka too late na. So, dyan pumapasok si medical insurance.
Yeah. Thank you, Sir Bobby. I think sana maraming nakakapanood na Filipino kasi it works the same way, Sir Bobby, sa ED. Most of the time, I need to explain to Filipinos or actually in any other ethnicity because sometimes they really look upset and I do understand them naman na parang, ang sakit ng tiyan ko but then hindi pa ako nakikita ng doktor. It's been 6-7 hours. That's how emergency department works. And gaya nga nung sabi mo, gaya nga nung gusto namin sabihin is like there is a triaging system. Like you came in with abdominal pain, so the nurses will do their bloods to make sure kung ito ba ay life-threatening or not. Once the blood test said na hindi ito life-threatening, then you push back on the list. Just like what Sir Bobby was trying to clarify to us. But it's good din, Sir Bobby, kasi parang if they've seen red flags, you get escalated quickly. And sometimes they were like, makikita na ako ng doktor. But at the same time, parang may worry ako na parang, tiningnan ka ng doktor right away. That means there is something wrong.
Yes.
May emergency na ongoing. So I think it's good, Sir Bobby, that you've clarified that part. And I hope that gives clarity to our viewers. Sir Bobby, Filipinos hold different visa status. If I am holding a working visa right now, ano yung tingin mo na insurance na meron ako dapat? Or should I be prioritizing my insurance as well, given na I'm still on a working visa and potentially hindi pasok yung salary ko sa cap for residency?
The good news with insurance is that if you hold at least 2 years work visa, you are entitled with the same benefits as a resident or citizen. So the options are the same. Maybe some limitations, but generally it's the same. It's when less than 2 years yung work
Working
visa
visa.
in general, they cannot access private medical insurance yet. Kasi ang criteria niyan is dapat you can access free healthcare.
Okay. So it means, Sir Bobby, if I'm holding at more than 2 years working visa, residency, or citizenship, it's the same benefit sa insurance and sa healthcare system ng New Zealand. Also, Sir Bobby, meron tayong tinatawag na ACC dito sa New Zealand. And marami din siyang covered, mainly injuries and accident. Kung meron akong insurance and under ako ng ACC, ano yung makukuha ko sa insurance ko and ano yung ipinoprovide sa akin usually ng ACC?
Firstly, ACC, it's a government insurance scheme. You pay for it about over 1% of your salary goes to ACC. Okay, so when something happens to you, whether work-related or not, as long as you're in New Zealand, coverage siya lahat ng ACC. The main benefit niyan is more on if you cannot work, starting on the second week onwards, it will trigger yung weekly compensation, which covers 80% of our salary. There are certain accidents, sometimes you'll hear na, ay, nalunod. Diba, mahilig tayo mag-fishing, Filipino, nalunod siya. So, namatay, accident, of course. ACC will also cover some costs for that.
Oh, nice.
And if that person, my family, even if the family is overseas, my anak, ACC will actually compensate them continuously for years. Grabe ka comprehensive yung ACC natin, and we're very lucky.
We're lucky to have
in New
that,
Zealand.
no?
So when someone comes to me and asks that question, meron ka pa rin namang cover from the insurance for the accident, but we're okay here sa mga accidents. Okay, so yes, you got 20% loss of income. Pero yun na yung papasok yung insurance na if you get income protection, then that will pay on top pa ng ACC.
Oh, okay. So dun pala sir papasok yung sa income protection on top of ACC.
Yeah.
So pwede mong i-activate yung insurance mo
Yes.
na yun. Okay,
Yes.
nice.
Oo. So there's different types of income protection, but there's a income protection that will pay on top pa ng ACC.
Nice. Yeah. So parang assured ka and parang habang naka-day off ka or naka-leave because of your injury, parang hindi ka ba worried kasi you are insured enough, meron kang income protection. So I think it's a very
It's
good.
all about focusing on recovery.
Yeah.
So yun yung ginagawa ng insurance is just removing that financial stress.
Yeah, financial burden.
You're worried na about your condition, worried ka pa sa gastos. And it's a setting na parang nasa Philippines ka, diba? Na you worry actually both.
Yeah.
So, yun yung ginagawa ng insurance. So, I've got many clients na talagang nakikita ko. One of them had breast cancer and currently just spending time with family. Tapos na yung chemo. And even if part-time na nagwo-work, it's okay.
Yeah, you don't have to stress yourself too much. Kasi parang experience sa community around us, we see friends or acquaintances or colleague na parang they need to go back to their perspective work kahit na naka-ACC pa just because 80% is not sufficient. 80% is not enough for me to carry on with the cost of living. So I think it's a good idea to consider income protection. I need to talk to you about that, Sir Bobby, later on.
One of the things na pwede mong gawin if naka-ACC ka, let's say wala kang insurance, okay? You can actually negotiate with your manager na, hey, pwede ko bang gamitin yung sick leave ko 1 per week and annual leave 1 per week until makabalik ako so that 80%, which is 4 days a week, plus your annual leave or sick leave na 1 day, that's 5 days. So you still receive your full income.
Oh, that's a very good advice. Yeah.
Negotiating with the manager and they should consider that too.
Yeah. Sir Bobby, I'm not sure if this is the right question. For maternity, currently yung maternity leave natin, you are entitled to be off work for a year sa mga mom. And then you get paid up to 6 months.
Up to
Pero
6
hindi siya
months.
sir yung parang hindi siya full pay but still enough to support.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number now, pero it's there to support. Now, in terms of insurance, and that's still a common question, lalo na for clients with income protection. Sometimes kasi when you have your first meeting, and the first meeting was like 5 years ago, then you got pregnant, nakakalimutan mo yung mga purpose and benefits.
Yeah.
So that's why having an advisor is so important kasi may mapagtatanungan ka with your policy. Pregnancy is not a medical condition. Insurance is all about providing you assistance, financial assistance
For
when
illnesses.
you're ill or you had an accident. So, hindi kasama ang pregnancy, lalo na sa income protection. On some occasions, yes, it might trigger claims sa medical insurance for like complications ng pregnancy, stayed few nights in the hospital, but hindi siya to cover yung hindi ka nakapag-work due to pregnancy.
Okay, yeah. I think that's a fair call din naman sa insurance. Sir Bobby, kunwari, my parents are visiting New Zealand for 3 months or 6 months. Would they still need insurance? I think the answer would be yes. Pero anong insurance yung maia-advise mo sa amin?
It's a very common question again. Madami akong inquiries about that. So with travel insurance, if you look at the immigration criteria, at this stage, hindi siya required. Pero you sign a document there that if something happens to them, i-shoulder mo siya. That's the sponsorship form.
Right. Okay.
So, and what it does is, tina-transfer lang yung liability. Okay? I think we've been trying to promote to immigration na probably it's about time na isama sa criteria na mag-visit dito yung travel insurance requirement. Kasi we've already seen so many, not just Filipinos and other ethnicities na they end up with this huge bill. There was one story, real story, where ang utang nila is almost the price of a house in New Zealand. And if kumuha siya ng medical insurance or travel insurance, that would have cost them probably $1,000.
Yeah.
Oo. So the answer is yes. I always recommend. Not required by immigration at this stage when you get a visa. It's more of your peace of mind.
Yeah.
Kasi our parents, they're not getting any younger.
Exactly.
They travel here with like more than 10 hours flight. Then di nagmo-move sa airplane. You can imagine mga blood clots possible. So potentially, lalo na pag may pre-existing, sometimes may mga event na correlated sa pre-existing nila. And yung bill na yan, that's few thousands, tens of thousands, could be more kapag na surgery, that will be shouldered by travel insurance. So always
Have insurance.
get one kasi it's always worth it.
Yeah. Don't be too risky. Sabi nga, kagaya nga nung sabi ni Sir Bobby, ang laki ng magiging hospital bill mo kung sakali. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, pero once nag-visit ka ng emergency department, once you are triage, your bill is running already. Pag nakita ko yung price list, actually hindi siya biro. I don't think you want to spend that large amount of money just for hospital bill. And magkano lang naman din, Sir Bobby, ang travel insurance. So might as well use that for safety. Yeah. Other way around, Sir Bobby, I'm going back to the Philippines. Do I need travel insurance then? And if something happens sa akin sa Philippines, if I am a citizen in New Zealand, does ACC can cover?
So yung two questions ito, I'll start first, medical insurance versus travel insurance. I did create a post about that kasi there's always confusion na, okay, I already have medical insurance, yung private medical insurance. Bakit pa ako kukuha ng travel insurance if I'm going overseas for a holiday? They're actually two separate products, two separate intention and purpose. The private medical cover is addressing the issue natin sa healthcare natin dito, wherein there's a criteria, there's a waiting list. Si travel insurance naman, outbound, call it outbound yung mag-holiday ka. You get that for the same purpose as your parents coming here. Na if something happens to you, medical health changes, pumasok sa ED, whether it's an abdominal pain, my investigations, hospital admissions, lahat ng cost na yon is under your travel insurance. So regardless if may medical insurance ka in New Zealand, when you're traveling, get a travel insurance. And that's way cheaper than the travel insurance that your parents pay when they visit here. Murang-mura lang siya. So it's always worth it. Kasi I think a lot of people think travel insurance is about delayed flights, which is, it's part of it. Nawala yung baggage, nawala yung passport. But it's actually the main benefit niyan is the unlimited, unexpected medical cost.
Especially ngayon na ang daming mga nangyayaring viruses or illnesses, especially sa Asia. I mean, let's be honest, meron kaming friend parang umuwi ng Philippines. Buti meron silang insurance kasi yung baby nila na dengue. So, they needed to stay in hospital. I think maganda yung insurance na nakuha nila kasi they don't need to parang maglabas ng money and it's directly from the insurance. So yeah, let's all encourage everyone to please have your insurance. Sir Bobby, let's talk about international students. If I'm an international student going to New Zealand, is there a separate insurance for us?
It's actually still called travel insurance. It will just be rebranded as student insurance. Pero if you look at the benefits, it's exactly the same as travel insurance.
Okay.
Sineperate lang nila so that the criteria, of course, is you've enrolled sa university here. But the product itself and the purpose, the same.
Same.
The
Okay.
same. Kasi hindi mo ma-access yung free healthcare eh. So if hindi mo ma-access yung free healthcare, you get the travel insurance, you get the student insurance.
Sir Bobby, it's quite common din sa couples na they're trying their best pero unfortunately, hindi sila makapag-receive ng baby naturally. Does having medical insurance can help them? Here in New Zealand, if hirap kang mag-conceive, you can have free IVF. But there are some certain occasion na parang once or twice is not enough. Paano po makakatulong ang insurance sa kanila?
The IVF, it's every now and then I get that question. The focus kasi talaga ng medical insurance is treating or investigating a symptom.
Yes, yes.
So during this difficult period for a couple na they're trying to conceive, usually may mga investigations yan. So if assuming meron na silang medical insurance matagal na, then trying to conceive along the way and then hindi, and then mayroon na siyang mga gynae symptoms na nag-show, then the medical insurance can help to investigate what's going on and treat what's possibly needs to be treated agad. And hopefully, that would sort the yung challenges nila to conceive. In terms of the IVF treatment cost, it's not normally part of it. As far as I know, there's only one medical insurer, that can consider IVF treatment costs. Pero if you read the policy wordings, you need to exhaust kung ano yung free muna.
And how many session or how many times nga po yung free natin sa New Zealand?
Dalawa, if I'm
Dalawa.
not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think dalawa.
Yeah.
But not everyone actually can, may criteria eh.
Yeah,
So,
there's a criteria.
hindi lahat papasok dun sa free IVF. But so far, on top of my head, there should be one out there. But it's not the main reason kasi na you get medical insurance just to chase that IVF.
Yeah.
You have to look at the bigger picture. But it's a
Exactly.
conversation we can have with the client just for clarity purposes. Yeah.
Exactly. Pero I think malaking tulong siya, Sir Bobby, in a sense na parang, of course, doctor would investigate bakit hindi ka makapag-conceive naturally.
Of course, yeah.
And then doon papasok kasi we would like to investigate further ano yung nag-stop sa pag-conceive mo, and then medical insurance can help them figure out and potentially treat that para mag-conceive ka naturally. Yeah.
And that one thing lang na I need to add about medical insurance, ito yung pinaka-sensitive na insurance product in terms of pre-existing conditions. So ideally, you get it while healthy ka pa. Kasi ang purpose niyan is treat or investigate a symptom, but the symptom needs to first start after the policy commencement date. It's not intended for pre-existing. So sometimes some kababayan comes to me and say, and sometimes mafe-feel ko kasi nagmamadali. Sir, can you help me? I need to get medical insurance. So usually I ask, may I ask, parang nag-push siya to get medical insurance? I've seen a doctor. Kailangan ko daw ng MRI.
Oh no.
So, in-explain ko lang na, sensya na po, I can still help you, but yung symptom ngayon, it will be excluded. So, you normally get medical insurance way ahead.
Yeah. Para hindi siya parang sa sasakyan na parang I'll get car insurance kasi hindi na gumagana yung sasakyan ko.
I think it works the same eh.
Yeah,
Even
it works
with
the
car
same.
insurance and other insurance, ganun yung insurance na agreement.
Sir Bobby, marami magtatanong sa'yo, my insurance is cheap. Very cheap in the market. And very trustworthy naman yung brand kasi they can be maybe a bank or something na i-offer sa kanila. Is there a major difference or bakit they can offer a cheaper price for insurance whereas this comprehensive one is a bit pricey?
I think a lot of our kababayan look at getting an insurance based on price. I normally look at the wordings and benefits kasi at the end of the day, pag claim time, it doesn't matter whether you pay $10 versus $100. It's actually the policy wordings, whether you meet it or not. So when you have a policy cheap, usually it means mura. It's usually a basic policy. Whether it's a bank policy, usually limited lang yung cover. Okay, I'm not gonna name any banks, but there's one bank and then versus a top insurer. And then this particular bank, like sa critical illness, they offer 12 listed critical conditions. The other comprehensive na critical illness from a top insurer offers more than 50 conditions covered. May kasama pang partial payment, free kids cover, you can claim up to 4 times, while the basic na parang critical illness na sobrang mura, can only claim once. Medyo, you need to be a little bit more severe in terms whether you can claim. Like, for an angioplasty, which is stents sa heart, the comprehensive na critical illness, kahit one vessel lang yung angioplasty, it's fine. You can
claim.
lodge a claim, partial payment. But with very basic policy, usually you require 3 vessels.
Oh no.
And that's why it's cheap.
Yeah.
Kasi the chance of it paying,
Yeah.
it's highly unlikely.
Mm.
So I think the lesson probably is you get what you pay for. I think it applies to everything we do
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah.
You know, groceries,
Yeah.
services. I
Mura
think,
to eh.
yeah.
So pero hindi siya ganun kasarap. It
Yeah.
it applies with same things sa insurance.
Oo.
If you guys need to review your insurance, I think this is the best time to check your insurance policy. Here in Sinigang Society, we want to make sure na lahat ng kababayan natin is safe dito sa New Zealand despite we are having free healthcare system. Pero be mindful pa din kung ano yung possible natin na makuha. Because magkaroon ng sakit, it's something na hindi natin gusto. But ang gusto natin is maging secure tayo, maging insured tayo. Sir Bobby, meron ka bang kwento na gustong i-share sa ating mga kasinigang na parang incident or scenario na parang natulungan mo yung family or a single person na nasabi mo na buti na lang insured siya?
Sorry, I'm just thinking about kasi I do assist a lot of claims and generally nasa mga 30 to 40 claims ako per month. So there's a lot of good stories out there.
Sige lang,
Pero
sir.
ang pinaka, I would say, highlight the importance of insurance, mga nagkaka-breast cancer. So yung mga clients ko na nagka-breast cancer and they have the full cover, which is yung I've mentioned earlier, life, trauma, income, medical, you can really see yung value and appreciate nila. Kasi the first part of breast cancer kasi is, alam mo lang may breast lump ka. So lahat ng investigations dyan is under medical insurance. So you claim a lot. And then once na biopsy na and then na-confirm na it's CA, stage 3, stage 4, you file the trauma claim. So that's a big payout. When you start your chemo, after the chemo, and then you're still unfit to work or partially unfit to work, your income cover kicks in. So when you have full cover, whether it's breast cancer or not, mas kampante ka lang na ang focus mo lang is
It's recovery. Yeah.
Spending as much time for your family. You don't worry about the bills. Kahit may mortgage ka, if sakto yung insurance na plano ninyo, you're actually okay. Just focus on recovery.
Yeah. Sir Bobby, sa mga nanonood po sa atin, saan po nila kayo obrang makita? And kung gusto po nilang mag-reach out, paano po nila kayo mahahanap?
I'm available po sa Facebook. I do post regularly po contents, education sa Facebook, different Facebook groups. I also have my website, bobbychua.co.nz, business webpage. So any of those platform po, you can reach out, feel free. What I can promise you po is it's always gonna be honest and unbiased advice. I know there are, every now and then, may magna-knock sa inyo, mag-offer, and sometimes natatakot na kayo kasi parang nape-pressure kayo and you cannot say no. Kasi, Filipinos were, for some reason, parang mahirap mag-no. When we do reviews po, it's always unbiased. So when we see like a medical condition na it's not worth it, even if your policy is a very old basic policy, we will never replace it. So we will never put you in a situation na magiging disadvantage kayo.
Ayun guys, so sa mga kasinigang natin, if you need a review of your policy, if you need an insurance, please get in touch with Mr. Bobby Chua. He's one of the most trusted insurance advisor dito sa New Zealand, specifically sa Auckland po, no, Sir Bobby? Kung nagustuhan po ninyo ang ating episode na ngayon, please like and follow us sa aming mga social page. We'll also put yung mga information or social account ni Sir Bobby dito sa podcast natin. And thank you guys for listening and for tuning dito sa Sinigang Society. Thank you, Sir Bobby, for coming and joining us today.
Thank you din. Thank you.
And see you guys sa susunod naming episode. Magbabalik ang Sinigang Society. Sinigang, sinigang, sinigang.